we all know that Gorilla Tag graphics aren't the best. But what if you turn those bad graphics into realistic looking graphics? Well, today I'm going to make Gorilla Tag maps go from unrealistic to hyper realistic 4K quality. And later in this video, I'll be giving you guys a huge surprise. So stick to the end to find out what that is. And with that, let's go into the first step, which is gonna be making the map in Blender. So I'm gonna go on Sketchfab and search up Gorilla Tag Forest, then pick a map I like and just download it off here. And we're now back in Blender. And if you couldn't tell already, the lighting sucks pretty badly. So I'm gonna fix that by adding a sun and then changing the world settings over here. So I'm gonna press Shift A and go down to light and press sun. There we go. That looks a bit more realistic. Now the next thing we gotta do is add the textures to everything. And let's start out by making the grass because it doesn't really look that realistic right now. But instead of having it just being a plain grass texture, I'm gonna replicate the dirt and grass from the original texture into the realistic one. So I'm gonna change out this texture and add the grass. And now it doesn't really look that vibrant right now. I'm gonna head over to shading and press Shift A and then add a hue saturation value node and put the saturation a bit up. Then I could change the hue a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. It basically looks like the original texture but realistic. But to make it even more realistic, I'm going to make small grass knobs come up from the ground. And to do that, we're gonna go to the particle system right here, make a new particle, name it grass, and then instead of having it an emitter, I'm gonna make it hair, the hair length to about 0.08, and now I'm gonna add 10,000 of these, and then I'm gonna take the box that says advanced, which is gonna give me the physics tab, and under forces I can change these values to make it look like realistic grass. That looks pretty good. Now to make this scene even more realistic, I'm gonna go over here to the render tab, go all the way down to color management, and instead of having it on AGX, I'm gonna change it to filmic and make it look very high contrast. And there we go. That looks way better. Now the next thing we could change is the walls. I'm gonna go over to material and change the default material with my custom material, and there we go. That looks pretty good, but I feel like it's way too big, so I'm just gonna change the UV mapping a bit and then we should be done. There we go. That looks way better. Now the next thing we could do is change the 2D textures to make it look realistic. So once again, I'm gonna add my texture to it and let's see how it looks. There we go. That looks really awesome. Looks way more high quality now. And now that we're already at it, I can just change the leaf textures to make it look even more realistic. And there we go. That looks pretty good. And now what I could do is change the gazebo textures. So I'm gonna start off with the wood. There we go. And now I'm gonna do the roof. There we go. Looks pretty nice. And now I'm gonna do with these wooden locks. There we go. Now all there's left to do is change the concrete texture. And there we go. But I can't even lie, this texture looks pretty ugly. And to make it even like more realistic, I feel like I could change it to this texture right here. Yeah, that's way better. And same with this over here. Yep, way better. And now we can change the slide textures. There we go. Looks way better. And now all I have to do is change the stump texture. And there we go. That's way better. Oh wait, that looks ass. Let me get a new one real quick. And there we go. That actually looks better. And not the other one. Now to make this map even more realistic, I'm gonna change some of the models to look even more realistic. And I can start out with the trees. So I'm gonna select each tree and click to select another one. I'm just gonna repeat that throughout the entire forest. And now that I have all the trees selected, I'm gonna press Ctrl J to make them one object instead of multiple. Then I'm gonna go to modifiers tab, and now I'm gonna add a modifier called solidify, and then put thickness all the way down and put offset all the way up. And what that does is make it look more like a tree, as you can see right here. Now I'm just gonna apply the modifier, and there we go. Now a few things I noticed is that the double walls are gone, so I'm gonna add that real quick and make it look realistic. And there we go. That looks pretty good. And next thing I could add is the siren over here. And I think we're done with the Blender part. And now what I didn't tell you guys is that I'm gonna import this map into Gorilla Tag and make it playable for everyone. But you have to watch the entire video to see where to get it. Anyways, let's get into step 2. We're just gonna be importing the map we just made in Blender and putting that into Unity. Now to do this, we have to go on the official Gorilla Tag mod.io website. Once we're on it, we're gonna press guide, and there should be an entire guide on how to import the map into Gorilla Tag. But I don't really want to waste my time reading through all of this, so I'm just gonna download the template and go into Unity. I'm now on the template, and what the frick is this? There's so much stuff happening. But besides the point of that, I'm gonna have to make a new scene and then import the map into there. So first, I'm gonna right click down here and create a new scene. Then I'm gonna name it realistic forest. And now that we're in the scene, I'm gonna have to import the realistic Gorilla Tag map. So I'm gonna go over to meshes and make a new folder, and let's call it realistic map. Then I'm gonna double click it and import this entire folder in here. And there we go. Everything is imported now. And next thing we have to do is select the mesh down here and just drag it into this box thing right here. And this is really bright. So we're gonna have to select the sun down here, and instead of having the intensity at 10, I'm gonna put it at 1. And there we go. That looks way better. Now the next thing we could do is fix all the textures. So I'm just gonna go to each texture and then simply removing the filter mode and putting it to point no filter. And I'm just gonna do this for every single texture, and I'll see you when I'm back. And I'm now done. And I think the next thing I could do is make the texture more realistic. And how, you may ask? Well, you see these extra materials right here? And what they do is if I drag one of them into one of these boxes right here, it makes the texture look more realistic and 3D. But the thing is, I don't really know which texture goes in which box. So this is gonna be a bit of a problem. So I think I'm gonna take the white one in the occlusion map. And this pink one, I can put in normal map. This gray one, I could put in metallic. This other gray, I could put in height map. And what the hell just happened? There we go. I just had to fix the light. And this looks really weird. So I guess we'll just have to go with it. And now I'm gonna do it with the walls. Oh, that looks sick. And there we go. I'm not done with this one. So now I can do it with the trees as well. There we go. And now I can do it with the double walls as well. And this actually works. Just look, this looks so realistic now. What? That's sick. And now I could do the exact same thing with the gazebo, which is using like the same texture like 50 times. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out. And I also think I figured out how to do the surface inputs the right way instead of just putting them in the random spots. So this plank goes in here. So the pure white one goes in occlusion map. This one goes in height map. And one of these goes in normal map. And this one goes in metallic. And would you look at that? It looks really sick. And now I could do it for the concrete floor. There we go. Now I could do the exact same thing with the stump. And there we go. That looks fire. Now I can just apply the material I already made onto the bridge, which is broken for some reason. And there we go. That's awesome. And now I can do it on the roof of the gazebo. And this one looks really realistic. Look at this. But anyways, now I'm gonna do it with the slide. There we go. That looks pretty cool. And if you haven't noticed already, the leaf textures are broken, but it's easy to fix. So we're gonna click one of the leaf meshes, then create a new variant for the renderer. Then I'm gonna put alpha clipping on. And now I just gotta apply this material to every single leaf in the map. So I think that's gonna take a long time. And there we go. We're now done with the forest. And now I just gotta set up the virtual stump, and then we should be able to play it in game. And there we go. We're now done with the map. And now all I have to do is click the realistic forest over here and add a component named map descriptor and press export map, which leads us into step 3. And now all I have to do is go up here and press add level. And now I just have to fill out every single information in here. And there we go. I've now finished every single one, and it's now uploading to the GorillaTechMod.io. And there we go. File uploaded successfully. So now let's go in game and test this thing out. I am currently in virtual stump right now, and this is the moment of truth. And I really hope this works. So let's go test it out. And there it is. Realistic forest script video. Oh my gosh. So if I press select right now, it's gonna load the map, and I'm gonna pray that this is gonna work. Please. Oh, we're in. Oh, this is so weird. I'm not gonna look. Oh, it's real. Look, it looks so realistic. That's fire. What? I want to check out every single texture. Can I get out of this stupid leaf? Bro, look at how realistic this looks. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, it's like so 3D. Look, my fingers are even like, I don't even know. Look at the ground. It's all like warpy. What about the grass? Oh my god, the grass. Oh, whoa. I'm getting motion sick. It was like warping whenever you go. Ew. This is disgusting. Ew. Look at this one. Ugh. Look at the textures. It's like, I feel like I can go inside of it. Posh. I didn't mean it like that. Overall thoughts on this map? It sucks really badly. It's like there's no lighting, but I tried my best, okay? Here's a list of recent members, so shout out to them. And yeah, bye.